went and got that fixed and then went to bed. But it was so beautiful to see all of your release ceremonies. Some of you sent me messages, some of you posted in the Facebook group, some tagged me on your social media posts. Whatever it is that you did to be accountable, fantastic. And if you didn't post about it, it does mean it still happened. I know in this world now, it's like, if you don't post about it, it didn't happen. Sometimes if I don't post about my workout, I'm like, oh, I didn't post about my workout. Like, did it really happen? Did it really occur? Yes, it did. So don't worry if you didn't post. That is okay. It's just a way for us to help you to be accountable. But it's the work. It's actually like the sitting with oneself and the releasing and the awareness that is the most important part. So if you did that, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. We have so much to go over today, so much. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown of what the next 2 hours is going to look like, what your homework is, and all that kind of stuff as well. We will talk about that. And of course, I always end with a song. And the song just changed. So my team is now pivoting because a new intuitive hit came through as I was sitting here just before we started. So the team is going to figure that out as I teach here. So we got a couple of hours. Okay, so what we are going to do today, what we have already done, for those that are maybe popping on that weren't here yesterday, we talked about the importance of reflection, of reviewing the year through compassion and grace, as feedback, as an observer. We talked about patterns and programs and finding the patterns and programs, and then doing a release ceremony to release what you are going to leave in 2024 and not take with you to 2025. And then also what you're going to take with you. So there's some beautiful strengths and awarenesses that you want to go with you. There's growth that you've made. There's things that have happened that are like great and wonderful. And yes, we want to take that learning with us. So we're not leaving everything behind, but we're going to leave what doesn't serve us behind. So that's what we did. Today, what we are going to do is we are going to move into now, okay, we've released the heaviness, we've released the limitations. Now we are going to do some visioneering. I'm going to talk about what visioneering means to me, what vision casting means to me, the importance of creating a vision and creating that vision board. But what many people fail to realize or fail to know or be aware of or whatever else, and this is where I see a lot of kind of stale growth, is we create the vision board and then we're like, okay, yeah, like that's it. But that's not it. Because after you create the vision board, I know without a shadow of a doubt the next most important thing to do is to build the desire. So I'm gonna help you to build the desire today, tell you why it's so important for you to desire it, to want it, to be emotionally involved with it. And then we're going to talk about identity calibration. So this is the next step after you create that vision board, that vision for your life, is to say, okay, well, who do I need to be? Because if you already were it, you would have it. You have to match the new experience. Remember, we're doing things we've never done before. We're not here just to continue doing the same things every year that we've always done. We're here to do the things we haven't done before. It's true creation. So in order for us to move into creation, then we have to ask, okay, who do I need to be able to create that? Who do I need to be in order to vibrationally match that? Who do I need to be in order to feel like the version of myself that is experiencing that already would feel in that moment? So we're going to talk about those three main things today. I'm also going to interview Mandy McLaughlin. Oh, we're going to talk to Mandy. This is so good. So we're going to talk to Mandy at 11 o'clock. Mandy is such a beautiful, beautiful light. So you guys are going to fall in love with her. And then I'm also going to share with you some of the things that we have in store for you for 2025. So we are a coaching academy and a mentorship academy. So this means that we provide coaching and mentorship. We also do live events and we do retreats and we have courses and we have programs and we have masterminds. So the whole entire purpose of us is to help guide people towards the greatest, grandest version of themselves, right? So I'm going to tell you what we have in store for 2025. We've really wanted to create things that set you all up for phenomenal success in 2025. So we really have everyone's growth in mind here. It's like, well, how can somebody coming into our energy for the first time, how can we best support them? And then people that have been here for a while, that have really grown and have reached a certain level of awareness, how can we support them? And then how can we support those that want to be with us in person, and how can we do that? So we've really thought about everything. I have a lot to update you on and tell you about, and then tell you about something brand new that I'm launching starting. It'll be January 22nd will be our first call. So I'll tell you about that after we talk to Mandy as well. Does that sound good? I would love to know from all of you, how did it feel to do your release ceremony? How did it feel to do your release ceremony? Freeing, emotional? Yep, it's emotional. Yeah. It's the same workbook yesterday as today's. So just keep reusing the workbook. It's all in one. Yeah. Uplifting, invigorating, relief, revealing, incredibly nuanced. Ooh, I love that. Emotional. Gave you a headache, Stephen. So good. So we know what headache is, right? So when you are growing and you're ascending, you're going to feel things in your body that represent what's going on inside the head. So when you are feeling tightness in the shoulders, maybe you're having some back pain, or you're feeling something in your sacral chakra, or your head is, you're getting that pressure or headachy feel, or sometimes your third eye might feel a little full. All of those things are signs that you're actually doing the work, that you're facing it. And these are some of the things many people will avoid, and that's why they won't do the work. But I just want you all to know that once you do the work and you move that energy and you move it through, those symptoms will go away. Those somatic symptoms will go away. Yeah, you might be sleepy, you might be tired. Dizziness, I actually experience dizziness because I will psychologically be further ahead than I am physically, and my physical body can't quite catch up. So I'll feel this a little bit of dizziness. So that's totally, totally normal. Listen to your body, drink lots of fluids, get your rest, go out and be in nature, ground yourself, all of those things. Yes, all very, very normal. Can the team post the workbook again in the chat for us as well? Okay, what I noticed yesterday, so my cell phone died probably 3 times yesterday. I had to keep plugging it in because there was so many messages and notifications and all that kind of stuff coming. So what I just want to say is, there's many of you that, you couldn't find the workbook, or you have questions about courses and what's going on there, or you're trying to get in touch with your manifestation mentor and stuff like that, aren't getting the emails. If you can fill out this link to chat with the team, if you haven't gotten support that you needed, okay? So Jen, if you wouldn't mind posting the, there you go, perfect. Look at her. Look at Jen. I barely finished my sentence and she's got the link ready to go. She is just such a beautiful, beautiful light in our Diamond Academy lives, Jen Perman. She does a lot for us. She's phenomenal. She actually is also the community manager of House of Manifestation too. So she's phenomenal. But anyways, if you haven't chatted with a member of the team yet, fill out the form and they will be in touch with you. So please give us your phone number and they'll call you and you can have a chat with them or email them. They will have emailed you introducing themselves. Check your junk mail and get in touch with the team that way. I know they've been having lots of beautiful, beautiful conversations. And yes, they will have a Diamond Academy email. So the email will end in @diamondacademy.ca. It'll never be a Gmail. It'll never be a Yahoo. It's Deborah@diamondacademy.ca. Just so you know, we have had some people that have said that they're on the team, but they're not. We have people saying go into a WhatsApp chat. We don't have you going into a WhatsApp chat to chat with me either. So just watch out for that, please. I am not selling crypto. I know the crypto's really high, but Kathleen Cameron's not in the crypto business. Okay, so please don't fall for those people. Okay, fair enough? Okay. And then I highly would encourage you to please chat with the team. If you're at a place in your life where you are feeling the call to work with us and you're feeling the call to do more, but you don't know where to start, chat with our team. They'll guide you. My team is here to help you make the right choice. So they're here to let you know what are the options, what is the best choice for you, and how can we help you to make 2025 your absolute best. Anyways, let's chat about visioneering. So I love this language, visioneering, because it's like something that you do. And yesterday I was on this other event or maybe it was my inner circle call. I can't remember. It might've been my inner circle call. But what was really, really beautiful was somebody had mentioned how to dream or to visualize isn't natural anymore. And how it's actually more natural to be in the observation of the world it's more normal to see the world, be reacting to the world, thinking from the world, and less normal for you to be thinking from another place, from imagination, from that. So the art of dreaming is something that will take practice again for you. And that's okay, because many, many times we have been taught to no longer dream. We've been told that it's crazy, that it's ludicrous. So even if we think about, people think that my life is like a myth. In my gene keys, it says that I live a mythical life, right? And so people will actually like not believe me. If I told you what just happened 3 days ago and what I have just manifested into my life, you would all be like, what? Like you would probably not even believe it. It's so far out there and so like unimaginable for many to even understand or comprehend, that if I were to sit up here and tell you all right now, I don't know how to tell you right now. I don't know what to say right now. So I'll tell you soon. We're processing. We're processing. Yeah, one of our investments has gone wackadoodles. And the projection now for that investment, it's absolutely life-changing. It's absolutely life-changing. Yeah, I can't even. Anyway, we'll tell you soon. This investment launches March 3rd. So watch me, please, because I'll be talking lots more about it. But I'm saying this to say that there's things that happen in my life and other people's lives in our world that are so out there that the standard mind, the one that is used to living from observation, can't comprehend it, will think that it's crazy. They'll think that it's a scam. I have so many people that have said to me over the past 4.5 years, oh, this is just a scam. You're a scam. And I just say, okay, I understand and appreciate how you could believe that, how you could think that. But the reason is because you've lost your ability to dream. You've lost the ability to think big, to think beyond the box. You've lost the ability to believe in some of the greatest magic that exists here in this world. And it's just because you were taught that, and that's okay. I was taught that. I did not dream for like 20 years, like at all. And even when I thought maybe I was dreaming, I was not at all. I was thinking about the next logical step. I don't think about next logical steps. I think about absolute best case scenario. If I had a magic wand and I could have anything and everything I ever wanted, what would that be? Right? And then the mind says, well, but that's not possible, or that's not available, or I can't do that, or that's just a pipe dream, or that's crazy. It'll never happen. That's impossible. That's too big. Can you dream too big? No, absolutely not. Can you ask for too much? No, absolutely not. Right? And so we really are absolutely limitless. And many of you will be like, yes, we're limitless. I believe it. But do you believe you're limitless? And then I would say, and do you know that everything you want is on its way to you? Or do you think that you're still trying to get it, hoping and wishing? So visioneering is such a beautiful word, but it's really the art of dreaming. And the art of dreaming will take practice. And for you, it'll be like allowing yourself every single day to go onto the creative plane, to go into the imagination and dream about what you would love. The question, what would I love, is one of the most powerful questions to ever ask yourself. And you would think that most of us could be like, oh, well, I would love this and I would love that. And it would be so easy. And I know exactly what I want. But actually what I find when we get to this exercise, most people will come to me and they're like, how do you know what you want? I don't know what I want. And part of that is because you haven't asked yourself what you want. You've taken a look at the limited options that appear to be available to you for your life, and you're trying to choose from those limited options, and that doesn't feel good. So to really, really move into that space of allowing yourself to be open to receive any and all things, everything you could ever possibly want, is about stop trying to choose from the limited options that you think are available to you. So even when I think about myself and when I decided to become a nurse. I first went to university and I got a bachelor's degree. And after I finished my bachelor's degree, I graduated. And my degree was in psychology and sociology, which is so interesting because if you look at what I do now, those two fields are, psychology is the study of the mind and sociology is the study of people in communities. And so isn't it interesting that I teach about the study of the mind and I've built a community of growth and ascension, a powerful community of individuals that are helping each other rise. Like, anyway, no coincidences, but that was my first degree. And then when I graduated, it was like, okay, what am I going to do next? And so I got a job at a bank. A little out of alignment, isn't it? I was like, I don't want to work here. I don't want to be in business. I'm not a businesswoman. I want to help people. I want to serve. Like, I want to make a difference. I want to do something in a caring profession. So I started working at a group home with kids, with like troubled kids. And it was hard, grueling work. And I felt like I was babysitting for not very much money. And it was tiring. I was doing like night shifts. And so when I decided to become a nurse and go back to school, it was like, well, what are the options available to me? And out of these options, which ones am I going to choose? So I started choosing options, right? Like, okay, I could be a nurse, and okay, I could go back and I could go to school and maybe become a lawyer. I could go to school and maybe I could become, what were some of the options I looked at? Gosh, I don't even remember now. But anyway, nursing was what I chose. But never did I sit there and go, well, you know what? I would love to be a multimillionaire and make millions of dollars working for myself. Never. It just never even crossed my mind because my mind was limited by the options that were in front of me and were presented. So visioneering is such a beautiful, beautiful way for you to choose from unlimited possibilities. If any and all things are possible. So why do we add that? If any and all things are possible, what would I love? The reason that I say that is because I'm trying to remove the block in the mind that says, what would I love from the limited options? So when I say, if any and all things are possible, what would I love? I'm removing the limits from the mind to say, okay, so if anything is possible, what is the experience that I would actually love to have today? And that allows you to start opening up the door to the creative plane. So you will hear me use different language. I've talked about it on these live events before. But when I talk about the creative plane, I'm talking about where creation exists. Creation exists in the mind, but it occurs in the imagination, which is the fourth dimension. I call it the fourth dimension. So if we think about then what the imagination truly is, I learned about the imagination first in psychology and then again in 2019 when I studied under Bob Proctor. And so one of the things that Bob taught me, which was really, really beautiful, was that the imagination is a higher intellectual faculty and a function of the mind. Just like your reasoning is, just like your memory is, right? So the part of the mind that remembers, the part of the mind that has reasoning and understanding, cognition, all functions of the mind, and then imagination, a function of the mind. So I was like, okay, this makes sense. It's a function of the mind. So the imagination is the mind. But I have since changed the way in which I see that. And I truly, truly believe now that the imagination is a powerful portal to something far greater than simply the mind and what the mind can comprehend or understand. And so it's truly like, Donna, you're making me laugh. Donna Sherman, you're freaking me out, Kathleen. Our lives are so very similar. How did we not know this about one another before? Yeah, like, isn't it insane how much synergy, like if you're noticing synergy, synchronicities, if you're noticing resonance, I love the word resonance, right? So to be in resonance with one another, it feels good. You're like, holy cow, because if vibrationally it makes sense. When you're in resonance with someone, you call them into your experience. So you're in resonance by simply being here. But anyway, so the imagination though. So I started to believe in the imagination in a little bit of a different way. And this actually amplified my imagination. So what I do believe is that the imagination is a beautiful tool that we were given from our creator, from our source. So whatever your belief system is around creation and the source of it all, the presence, God, universe, source energy, spirit, infinite intelligence. What are some other languages that people use to describe this? So anyways, the creator of all things has given us in its creation this beautiful tool called imagination. I just said divine essence to the team this morning on the call, you know that? And I don't even know where that came from. I was like, let your divine essence shine through. And I went, oh, I haven't said that before. I like it. It just came through me. But anyway, Hashem, okay, beautiful. So whatever the language, the human language we choose to describe this, whatever works for you is beautiful. So just use that language for yourself. But what I believe is that in our creation, we were given this tool, and it is our greatest tool of creation. It is the actual first step in the tool of creation, right? So if we think about how creation occurs, it begins in the imagination, and then it is followed through spirit, mind, and body. And then it's followed through in the mind through thoughts, feelings, and actions, and words, I would say too. So what's so cool then is the beginning of creation begins then in the imagination, which is this beautiful tool that we have been so graciously granted. And so the imagination then is a portal into our source and our creator. So I see the imagination as a two-way portal. I send things into the portal and I receive through the portal. So what that means for me is when I'm in the fourth dimension of space, when I'm in fourth dimensional thinking, I'm sending messages. That's where I'm saying to God, to source, to spirit, this is what I want you to focus on. This is who I am. This is where I'm going. This is what I'm asking for. This is what I'm selecting, right? So that's what we send up there. But there's this other piece then where I feel I'm connected. So whatever it is that I can observe in the imagination is God saying, yes, it's done. It's sending it back to me saying, yes, it's done. If you can observe it, if you can feel it, then that means it's created, it's done. And so for me, it's always that direct connection in. And so anything that I can observe, I know is God telling me that this is what it's meant to be, and this is how it's meant to exist. So imagination then isn't simply just a function of the mind. I think it works through the mind, but to me, the imagination is far greater than that. Anyways, that is truly my belief. I also believe that the powers of attraction, the law of attraction, is another tool of creation that we have been given by our creator. And I truly believe that this tool then attracts based on who we are being. And this is how we then match our outside world to the idea in the mind. So we plant a seed in the imagination that says, I'm XYZ. This is the vibration that I'm going to be. And then when we match that vibration in our physical 3D body, we then attract to it, right? It is possible to be in our imagination and to not match it in our 3D body. Absolutely possible. Many people do this because the 3D body is still in fear, worry, and doubt. The 3D body is still in lack and limitation. The 3D body is not taking action. The 3D body doesn't believe. So no matter how much dreaming you do in the imagination, you're never using attraction to draw it to you. You've got to use attraction to draw it to you. And I'm going to talk to you about your identity for that. I've read this before on live events. I just read it yesterday, but it's meant to be read again. Here, okay. So this is the section that actually, convinced me that imagination is not just the mind, that it's a spiritual thing. And this poem is my all-time favorite poem. I should actually get an artist, and I would love this. Okay. An artist out there who wants to listen, look, this is me manifesting right now. Watch this. I would love this poem to be done on a piece of artwork to go in my Malibu home. So if anyone is an artist and they feel called to do that, send it an email or something. And here we go. Here we go. Manifesting on its way. See how I just had a thought come through, an idea come through like that, and I'm like, ooh, I'm going to act on it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to read it. Visions of beauty and splendor, forms of a long lost race, sounds and faces and voices from the fourth dimension of space. And on through the universe boundless, our thoughts go lightning shod. Some call it imagination, and others call it God. Dr. George W. Carey. I didn't even need to read it. The best. So how can you not believe in the power of imagination and the power of putting that into the world, right? So the fourth dimension of space is the imagination, the visions of splendor and beauty, right? Visions of splendor and beauty that you're not currently observing. New splendor, new beauty. You're observing it in the imagination. And then our thoughts go lightning shod through the universe. And those all create. And then we attract. So when okay, here's a little example. Somebody asked about attraction. So when I created the KCB identity earlier on this year in April, I was operating on a beautiful vibration of multimillionaire. And so my energy felt a certain way. It vibrated on a certain frequency of vibration. And that frequency of vibration drew people to me based on that. And opportunities and meetings and places and experiences and all the things. And then when I created KCB in April, all of a sudden, my vibration, my frequency went up here, all new types of people, new opportunities, new experiences, all started to flow to me. So then it was just about discernment of selecting through all of these possible things, what were the things that I would act upon. And so I just trusted my intuition to take action upon those things that felt right. Why did you choose this one over that one? Because it felt right. You just knew. It felt easy and it felt light. And so that's how this works, right? And people are like, well, what's the how? Like, what are the exact steps that you then took? So what did you do on day one of being KCB? What did you do differently? Nothing. I was different. Energetically different, right? George Carey, C-A-R-E-Y. C-A-R-E-Y. Yeah. So that's the importance of the imagination. And I'm just trying to build an idea in your mind of why it's so important for you to believe in the power and the magic of imagination, and why it's important to practice the art of dreaming. Never stop. Keep doing it. And ask yourself, if any and all things are possible, what would I love? Sometimes using the word more is really, really important. So I would love more love. I would love more money. I would love more experiences. I would love to travel more. I would love blah, blah, blah. What am I doing there by adding the word more like that? I'm vibrationally saying that I have money and I want more. I have love and I want more. I'm grateful, but I want to be more grateful. I have traveled and I want more travel. So we want to vibrationally match the experience that we desire to have. So if if I feel like I have no money and I'm completely, absolutely broke and I'm in complete lack and limitation, then I am not going to be a vibrational match to abundance. It's just not going to happen. Because I'm not calling it in. I'm not attracting it. I'm literally saying, universe, I'm broke, so please give me more broke. Even though you want more, you're saying I'm broke. So the universe responds to the I'm what? It doesn't respond to the I want to be. It responds to the I am. And you're using your creative powers through the I am to ask. So you get what you think you are, not what you want to be. That's huge. So that's why I love when I'm journaling, I will write down, like when I'm visioneering, I would be like, oh, I would love a more luxurious life. I would love more freedom. It says there are moments of freedom in my life. Yes. There are moments of abundance in my life. Yes. There are luxuries in my life. Yes. There is love in my life. Yes. But I would love more of it. And so the more allows me to match it. So I'm not in displeasure and I'm not disgruntled with my life. Right? So when you hate your life, and the number one thing that people tell me they hate the most is their jobs. So you hate your job, hate it, and you want nothing more than to do something else to get out of that job. What does that feel like? Displeasure. It feels like limitation. It feels hard. It feels like you lack freedom. You can't experience what you want to experience because you don't have the possibility. There's no way out. There's nothing you can do. You're stuck. You're in prison. What do you do? How are you going to match an abundant life? How are you going to match freedom? You can't. So what you've got to do is change your perception about the job first. Okay, I've made the decision that me and this job, we are out of alignment. We're not getting along. Like, it's not bringing me joy. We're out of alignment. Okay, decision made. So what would I love? I would love more of this and I would love more of that and I would love more of this and I would love more of that. And when you shift your focus over to the more of, you're in the creative plane. You're now asking for more of. But guess what? What do we need to do in order to have more? We have to be more ourselves. To be more ourselves. More love, more abundance, more prosperity, more freedom, more joy, more gratitude, more bliss, more calm, more surrendered. Surrender. Oof. This one came up so good yesterday on this live event that I did. I don't know if anybody's on here that was on there yesterday, but if you are, it was phenomenal, phenomenal talk yesterday. And what I could tell and what I could feel is that there was several members of people on that call that are very much in the hustle of life. The type A personalities, which used to be me. So it was like, go, 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 do, work harder. If you want more, you have to do more. And it was very much like, well, I'm so busy that I can't even imagine meditating. I can't even imagine visualizing and dreaming. Like, what am I going to dream when I lay in my bed at night? That's it. There's no time to do that. It's not that there's no time. It's that you don't prioritize the time because you think your time is already filled with the things necessary to create success. It's just a new belief. So I would venture to say too, if you are someone that has achieved in your life and you have a successful business and you want to achieve more, in what way do you want to achieve it? Do you still want to be tired and exhausted and have no time? Do you want to be stressed? Do you want to be overwhelmed? Do you want to hustle? Do you want to work more hours? No. So what success would I love to have and in what way would I love to have it? Love it. And in what way would I love to have it? And this was so beautiful for me. Like, I used to work 12-hour shifts as a registered nurse. 12-hour shifts. Would I work a 12 consecutive hours now on my feet? No way. Not even for what I make now, let alone $37 an hour. But it's just, that's what I thought I needed to do. That's what I thought was important. That's what I thought was necessary. But now I understand that it is possible to make more money than you've ever imagined and to work less. How do we know it's possible? Other than me just telling you I experienced that myself, but how do we know it's possible? Otherwise, all of the people in the world doing it. They saw the biggest increase of millionaires and multimillionaires in the world in the past 3 years. The biggest increase we've ever seen. People are winning, people are expanding, people are growing. We have several millionaires and multimillionaires in our community. Powerful, because they've used this work to build and to create. So that's the beautiful thing about visioneering and vision casting, is to ask for something you've never experienced before. So I would love to experience more by doing less. I would love to rest more and make more money. Yeah, the more I rest, the more I make. If you want to have an easy life, you have to let easy in. Not many people will let easy in. Let it be easy. Make money while you sleep. Oh, absolutely. Okay, so visioneering or vision casting is a practice and it is an art. You will find in your worksheets that there is what we call a 50 plus list. This is a beautiful exercise from a rollover from my Bob Proctor world. When I went to my first Bob Proctor event in 2020, I think the beginning of 2020, we were given the task of creating a 50 plus list. And the rationale for this was because if we ask you to write a list of all the things that you would love to experience in your life, you're probably going to stop at under 20. Mind will stop, it'll quit. It won't find enough things because it's limited. So when I say 50 things, 50 plus things, it expands the mind to get you to keep thinking and keep thinking and keep thinking and keep thinking, right? So, and we can get more and more and more specific. So we can ask 50 things you want, yes. So it doesn't need to be just physical things. Physical things are great, material things, yes. I want you to want a nicer car that feels safer for you and your family, yes. I want you to want a bigger house that has more space and bigger closets to organize your life. Yes, I would love for you to put a beautiful trip to Hawaii to go see Audrey. Audrey's on our team now in Hawaii. So yes, I would love you to want a trip to Hawaii. Yes, all of those things are amazing. But I also want you to get a little bit more specific and more granular and go down like, okay, so what else would I love then? I would love to go and buy myself flowers whenever I want and have fresh flowers in my home. I would love to fly first class. Bob used to say to us, front of the plane, back of the car. That's your standard, right? Front of the plane, back of the car, which means you have a driver and you're always in first class. It's just a way of showing up in the world and a way of seeing the world and seeing yourself in it and the experience that you want to have. So he would say that to us all the time. Yes, having a private chef, staying at nicer hotels than what you currently stay at. What would that be like? All of those types of things. So going deeper into what is the life that you would love to have. 50 things that would encompass that life. One of the things that I had on mine too at the very, very beginning was when we used to go to baby showers, I would buy like a gift for like $50. But now it's like, I don't have to do $50. I can do as much as I want. I can gift whatever I want. So I put on there like a different gift. The other thing too that I put on my very first 50 plus list was to sponsor a village in Africa. And so I did that in 2021. Now we have multiple charities that we work with, but to sponsor the village in Africa was $25,000 US, I believe. And so as soon as I had the opportunity, I was like, I'm doing it. And we did it. It was so beautiful. So things like that too, like what, if any and all things are possible, what would I love? What would I love? Jerica, she wants to get awarded the scholarship today. Love it. I love it. I want to create a homeopathic hospital in the US. Oh, beautiful. I also want you to make sure that you are putting things on there for you. And notice if you aren't doing that. So I want to get this for my kids, and I want to get this for my husband, and I want to get this for my best friend, and I want to create this for the world, and I want to create this for this person, and I want to do this for that. Notice what you're doing there. I want you to be open to receive. If you are not open to receive, you will not have a vessel to be able to give through. You can't. So I want your vessel to be wide open to receive. That's how you give more. Right? So I think about like the Oprah example. Like Oprah allowed herself to be open to receive so she could impact the world in the way that she has. But Oprah receives. So I want all of you to be open to receive. So put things on that list that you, the individual, that Tammy, that Lori, that Barbara want in your life. So in my book, The Best of Yourself, which I think we've got right over here, which it's coming out in Audible in the new year. I just recorded it. Anyways, In there, I talk about the ego versus the spirit, and I talk about a productive use of the ego. It is okay to want for things. Your human is going to ask this question: what's in it for me? What's in it for me? All of us ask that. So anytime you go to anywhere and somebody wants to sell you into something, your question you're asking is, what's in it for me? Why would I do this? You're going to take a job. What's in it for me? Always. So what I really, really want you to do is to ask yourself, if I'm going to make a difference in this world, what's in it for me? Because the ego needs to be, it needs to want for something. It needs to desire something. It needs to work towards something. If the ego doesn't think it's going to grow, if it doesn't think it's going to receive, if it doesn't think it's going to get anything, it's going to go into deterioration. So when we become complacent, when we become underwhelmed, when we feel like we're not growing, that's when we move into suffering. That's when we're not happy. That's when we're displeased. So I want your ego to want for things, and then that's how we're going to expand. I want to talk about the desire. So after you've done this 50 plus list, we've also given you a Canva link to create your vision board. So after you've done your 50 plus list, go and find pictures. We do digital, but you don't have to. You can do paper from magazines. And just put it all together into a vision board. So what we're doing is we're taking the idea from the mind that you put on paper, and we're visually creating a representation. You can do a mind movie as well. You can find little video clips and put them together of your like vision life or your 50 plus list. But after you've done that, I want you to step back and ask yourself, why do I want this? Why do I want this? Jen, can you post the Canva link for everybody? Why do I want this? So, desire. Desire is a very powerful creative energy. And desire is the first jumping off point of all manifestations. If you go and look at any of I call them the fathers of manifestation, okay? So, people like Neville Goddard or Robert Russell or Bob Proctor or Napoleon Hill or Earl Nightingale or Wayne Dyer. If you go into any of these readings from these phenomenal men, even Neale Donald Walsch, you will see that desire is one of the most important parts. If you don't desire something, if you don't want for something, if you aren't emotionally attached, Bob used to say you've got to get so emotionally involved, not attached, emotionally involved with the idea. So much so that you spring into action. And oftentimes, if you aren't springing into action, then what are you doing? You don't want it bad enough. Would I have done what I've done, changed my life, made the decisions that I've made, if I didn't want it bad enough? No, I wouldn't have. I would have been like, it's too hard, costs too much money. I'm too afraid I'm not gonna be successful. I'm just gonna stay right where I am. You don't want it bad enough. Oh, it looks like you might have switched to a different language. Please update it so we can provide better quality transcription. It thinks I'm speaking in Spanish. Isn't this funny? Technology's hilarious. Yesterday, my mouse wasn't working. I was blurry. Now I'm Spanish. Hey, maybe I'm manifesting learning a new language. Maybe it'll just come through, right? Anyways, so building the desire is so important. Why do I want this? And then when you write out the why, I want you to ask yourself again, but why? And then again, but why? And then again, but why? And then again, but why? 7 layers deep. 7 layers deep. You will get so lit up by your vision that you will spring into action in the mornings. I cannot wait. You will literally be so excited for your life and for what you're building. So you can do it with each individual desire. You could just do it with the life. So once you look at your vision board after it's done, right? So you've looked at your vision board and you're like, oh yeah, I want you to want it. I want you to want it. Not need it, but want it, right? Now you're all telling me that this means that I am meant to translate my teachings into Spanish and have a Spanish division. That's what you all believe that technology glitch meant. I love it. Yeah, we have been talking about it. We really have been talking about it. So that's interesting. So understanding the why of what you wanted. Bob used to say, are you willing to do whatever it takes, Kathleen? Are you willing to do whatever it takes? And for me, I've always been a woman that was willing to work hard, was willing to go the distance, was willing to stay up a little extra later to do it. Like that was willing to put in the effort. But whatever it takes doesn't necessarily mean just hard work. Whatever it takes also means surrendering. Whatever it takes also means making hard decisions. Whatever it takes means never ever stopping and never giving up. I'm the most persistent woman. And it's not persistence in like chasing. It's just, I'll never stop. I'll never give up. I already know it's done. So are you willing to do whatever it takes? And if you aren't willing to do whatever it takes, your desire is not big enough. You don't want it bad enough yet. And likely that is tied to your lack of belief in the vision of it, that it's not available for you, that it's not possible for you. So I think about, for me, I absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, am willing to do whatever it takes to serve millions of people through this work. I will not stop. I have no desire to. I truly believe that this is my life's purpose. It's my reason for being. And so I will forever continue to give value and continue to serve. But I do it from a pure love of the desire to help people, and also a desire for a life for myself and my family beyond what I'm living now, right? So how do you strengthen your desire? That 7 layers deep of asking the why is a great way. Another way is to visualize it more and more and more. The more you visualize it and feel the feeling of it in your visualizations, the more emotionally involved you will be. Tell people about it, talk about it, create your vision board, keep it in front of you. It's got to be on the front of your mind, right? It's not just this create the vision board, put it away in the closet and keep living your life the rest of the way and never thinking about it again. It's truly, all right, I cannot wait for this life. And every single day I'm going to be the version of myself that has that life now. And that's how you call that in. So how do I reprogram my thinking that doing whatever it takes means draining myself? You believe something different. So the beautiful awareness about that statement, Sarah, is that you currently believe that doing whatever it takes means draining yourself. That's your current belief in the subconscious mind. So what would be the new belief? I'm willing to do whatever it takes, including surrender, rest, and relax, in order to achieve the success that I desire. But what's really underlying there, Sarah, is that in order for you to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve, you still think you have to work really hard. That's the primary core belief under there. And that's a story we were told. That's a story we were told. So surrender oftentimes means giving to God. Surrendering means to have faith. Surrendering means to rest and relax instead of push and force. Surrendering means making a decision that you know, to do something that you know you want to do, but you're afraid to do it. You're going to surrender to the yes. Surrender to the yes instead of the no. Right? So also another example. So let's say that I grew up in relationships that were full of conflict. And then I am out in the dating world and I keep meeting people and getting into relationships, and then it's conflict. So a surrender in that situation would be, no, I'm not fighting anymore. I'm going to stop choosing this and I'm going to choose something else. I'm going to choose something different. So surrender isn't just like sitting down and doing nothing. Surrender can actually be very challenging to do. Maybe it's letting go of people in your life or things that you do every single day. You're not going to do them anymore, things like that. But these are all the reprogramming that we do in many of our courses. So we can absolutely help you reprogram all of them. We are told to speak in the present tense, act if the wish is fulfilled. So how, when do we call it in? Okay, so I've got to get to interviews in a minute, but I want to answer that. Act as if the wish is fulfilled. I want to go more clear on what that means. Okay, so wish fulfilled means what? Wish fulfilled means that you're observing the observation of what it is that you desire. Okay, so that language, feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled, that's Neville Goddard, Power of Awareness. So Neville believes that the more you feel that feeling of the wish fulfilled, the more the subconscious mind believes that the wish is fulfilled, the more you then become a vibrational match to the wish fulfilled. Now, act as if, I don't love that language. Act as if the wish is fulfilled implies the wish isn't fulfilled. So what I say instead is practice being. I'm going to practice being the wish fulfilled. So we must live and act from the assumption that it is already done. That's being a vibrational match. We must live and act as if the assumption is already done. I had somebody, I was on a conversation with somebody, and they said to me, okay, I would absolutely love to take your course, Kathleen. I'd love to take Millionaire. I think it was Millionaire they wanted to take. And they said, I would absolutely love to take the Millionaire program, but right now I'm in a transitional period in my life. I'm quitting my job and I'm launching my business. And so I don't want to make any investments in myself right now. So they knew the power of investment. They've invested in themselves before. They knew and understood the power of growth and mindset work. They knew they wanted to take the course, but decided not to because of the current circumstances that they were in. And I said, okay, so the decision to not invest in yourself is then going to further help you manifest the experience you think you're about to have. You're acting on the assumption that quitting your job is going to mean no income, and it's going to take 3 to 6 months to grow your income in your own business. So you don't see in the next 3 to 6 months any money coming in. So you're not going to invest from the assumption that no money's coming in. So the decision not to invest solidifies the belief that the wish is not fulfilled. I said, so what would you love? And he said, well, I would love that I quit my job and then the next month I do amazing in my business right away, like this. And I said, okay, that's a real possibility. That's a real availability. Is it not possible that you grow your business in 1 month, not 6? He's like, well, I guess so. I said, okay, so what action can we take to solidify that and act in the assumption? So if you knew that you quit your job in the next month in business, you tripled your revenue in your business, would you take the course? He said, yes. I said, you must take the course. Because you're living and acting from the wish fulfilled of the course of the business 3 timesing. You signing up for the Millionaire program will create that first month in business 3xing it. Did he do it? No. He succumbed to his fear and stayed in his old identity. And did not 3x his business. I'm just speaking truths. Trust me. I see it again and again. We had somebody post this morning, Denise. I put it on my story. She has 5x'd her income. 5x'd her income. We've had people do magical things. Go on the YouTube channel, watch all these interviews every single month that we do. They are phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Anyways, I wanted to give you a real life example of what it means to live and act from The wish fulfilled versus live and act from the belief that it's not fulfilled. Two different actions. So I always ask myself, what would I do if my goal was already achieved? If I was already a billionaire, what would I do? What decision would I make? And even if the funds aren't available for me in that moment, I will say, I would absolutely do XYZ, and universe, I've just made the decision to do it. Now provide me with what I need. And then it's provided, always. It always comes. I don't need the money in my bank to make the decision. I make the decision and the money comes into the bank. That's my experience now. Always. Okay, let's chat with Mandy. Is Mandy on? Is Mandy on? Oh, I don't see her face. Oh, there she is. Hello, beautiful. Can we hear her? Okay,
Yeah,
try again. Yes.
I'm here.
Okay, I think we just have like a little bit of a delay, but we're gonna deal with the delay. How you feeling?
Oh, I am pretty excited to speak about this, but it's pretty hard to, I don't even like using that word, you know that, to put it all together in such a short little interview because you guys have all seen how much I have transformed and I did not get emotional as usual with me when I speak anything about this program because it saved my life through and through.
Oh,
Um, and and that's the number one thing. If I really think about my biggest accomplishment, doing the millionaire program, is that I know who I am.
mm,
I love who I am. A lot of people say to me, like, Mandy, you just look so different. Like, what is it? And I can honestly say, I love myself. And I certainly did not. And I've been through a lot, but I'm grateful for all those things because there were such opportunities. I just didn't know it until you guys taught me all that. And oh, anyways, yeah, it's
no.
you want me to begin, Kathleen. You know I can talk and talk and talk.
No, I know. I think the best thing is like, I remember the Mandy that was in my Instagram DMs before you were part of our family, like before you enrolled in any course or program. And she was very different than who you are today. How would you describe, like, where were you at back then? Like when you first started DMing me, what was your frame of mind?
Oh, I just see people are writing about this. Yeah, I made this for Kathleen.
We'll drop the link. We'll
Yeah,
talk about, we'll
yeah,
talk.
we'll talk about it later. But I was divorced or just starting to go through a separation after being married for 25 years. Um, and if it wasn't for you, I would not have such an amicable, respectful friendship with my husband. Kathleen taught me to be the best ex-wife, and I have, and most people can't even believe the relationship that we have after not like I went through a lot and I didn't know who I was. I was living for my husband, my children. He left me twice, and I went to therapy. I went to everything, and I couldn't figure out like why am I still feeling so stuck or like why can't I just get over him or whatever. But it was nothing to do with him. Once I got into this program, it had everything to do with who I was and what I felt about myself. And which was not a whole lot actually. I didn't even know who I was. So how am I going to get unstuck with that? And now I definitely feel I can help anyone that's feeling stuck because I know what it feels like to be worthless. I do own my own business, a spa and wellness center, and it's done remarkable. And I have 22 girls that work with me and one psychotherapist, and I'm definitely changing the spa. It is a verb, is what we call it. So I have a lot of therapy within my spa because we want the women, yes, and men to feel beautiful on the outside because I truly feel dress, lipstick, put it all on. But if we don't feel it on the inside, it's nothing's going to change. And like you've said, change the car, but you got to change the inner guts of it all. And I just started really thinking big about myself and my life, and it's rippled to my children.
Mm,
And we wonder why it only lasts 2 days or 3 days or whatever, from walking to whatever. It's because you can't do it alone. And that was the number one thing. You have to have support.
yep. Mm,
This, your coaches, they're the best. And I've become very good friends with a lot of them. And I did show up. I know you often say, Mandy, you showed up. I embodied the material,
Yeah.
and I did the work. But it does take a community. And I love when I pop on home and I pop on for the things because I started to the 50 list. I think I could help anyone write the 50 list. It's hard to like think of the things at the beginning, but then you get talking and to other groups. Like I think I said, okay, well, I would love to be able to study every day. But then you get with these people like, well, I'd like to study from my yacht every day. I was like, yeah, I'm going to study from my yacht. So you just don't even know how to think big, until you get in this work and see Kathleen lead, you always leading the way. And I just keep on somehow we keep being together and it's pretty cool. We're both huge Bob fans, and Bob definitely brought me to
Yeah, he did. He brought you to me.
every day, and he just reminds me of our infinite potential. And that's what I want everyone here listening to this. You're here, you're listening to it for a reason. And like Kathleen says, tomorrow starts today. And you'll start to, as you do the work, the stinking thinking, it goes away. The itty bitty shitty committee, you literally will reprogram it. And I have reprogrammed her. She was not nice. This morning I woke up, she's reminding me that everything works out for me, and it does. And continuing to stay on the calls, go on this, definitely I would pay $1 million to do the program. There's no price tag on it.
I
Uh,
know.
there's none.
Yeah, I feel the same way. But I do remember, though, and I think it was a pivotal moment. I do remember before you signed up for Millionaire and we were chatting in the DMs, it felt, because you didn't see your worth and your value, it felt so hard for you to do. Even though, like, your family has a successful business, it had nothing to do with even if the money's there. Like, some people have the money and they still, because your worth and your value, it isn't tied to investing in you. It didn't feel right. But I remember it felt almost like freedom for you once you did it and you got in the program. You were like, why didn't I do this sooner? Like, it just felt so different. How do you embody the work, Mandy? Like, for anybody listening and they're like, okay, well, what does that mean you did the work? What does that mean for you?
Um, I mean, answer these questions. Like, what would I love? Every day when you have something come in, a challenge, like you'll eventually learn to say, well, first of all, listen to the universe, God, source, because you kind of wake up so from it all. And for me, my life and my marriage was not doing so great. And I'm going to tearing from the question, but you don't know you're living in a jail. Like it's hard to get out of one if you don't know you're living in it. So that's a Bob thing. But I study, I listen from your YouTubes to, I mean, journaling, and it's kind of funny. I opened up one of my journals, and I really, like you always say, date the stuff. It's really cool to go back and read it. Um, and write out what you would love. And I do write every day, and I study it, and I read your book like this. I read from anything, and it's all available to people that say they can't afford it, whatever. Like it's on YouTube, it's on that, and just
Oh, yeah.
in my home, I have sticky notes everywhere. And I've created actually a magic pen because honestly, I really feel, where is my magic pen? That if you that you can create your reality. But if and I find being in the program, you guys give us so many resources. Plus, yes, go on the embodiments and all of that. And the staff are there to help, the coaches are there to help you with anything. You can write them, and they truly do love and care about you. It is no like telemarketer. I remember when I first got the call from Tanya, she was so loving and caring. I'm like, wow, these are actually real people, and they are. And I've been fortunate enough that I have booked the trips, and I went to Rise. Recently I just went to LA and for the book signing because it's all available for you, right? She put these books on, yeah, I'm going, but I got asked by Shannon, and did I write that on my 50 list? It was number 33, go to LA. So it's just funny. And I'm now, um,
Beautiful. You,
Ah,
you cut out a little bit there, but I just want to say the magic pen. So, what is a magic pen? I think you've just made the decision that this pen is magic. No?
I
She's
mean,
kind of.
so
Is that mine connection or hers?
I can,
Okay, are you back?
yeah,
Okay. So you just decided this pen is magic. So everything that you write with this pen comes true?
I get everything I get.
Yeah.
And and I'm proof. So, and two, one quote I really love by Bob, he always says that if you want to be a pilot, you don't go down to the barber shop. So I wanted to be the best version of myself. So I wanted to find a mentor that was doing that. And oh, that's what you've taught us, even the first line in your book. If you want the best the world has to offer, offer the world your best. And so that's why I'm like, okay, I want to be the best version and I want to impact and I want to help other women and men that don't know what fulfillment is. Because that's what it all comes down to. It's not the divorce, it's not the grief actually can be quite beautiful.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
It's a gift. So because you're gonna see a whole new world through it all. And yeah, I could go on and on about it, but you just have to, as in the work, comes down to who you are. And I wrote out my day. I mean, how do I explain that, Kathleen? Like,
I think I'm going to summarize what I've observed of you. I think, Mandy, if you're okay. In the past couple of years, I have observed Mandy go from a woman who wasn't confident enough in herself to make a decision to a woman that is so confidently in love with herself that shows up and makes decisions in a completely different way. You travel independently now on your own. Like, come on. Like, she's traveling around the world independently doing things that I don't think you would have done that before.
yeah,
And
I didn't even know how to like drive to Toronto alone, let alone get on a plane. I've been to Switzerland, England. I went to Romania by myself. I remember booking a room in Toronto because you teach us to romanticize our life. Go do things that I had never done. I had never went in a Louis Vuitton. I had never had coffee in Four Seasons. I booked the Four Seasons. I booked a basketball. I wasn't having any fun. And so like I would love to just be able to teach everybody how to have fun and inspire others by just being who I am, just being Mandy. I was always just
yeah.
worrying what others think that, we call it people pleasing recovery.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, no more. Yeah, no.
Even what you teach us about people pleasing, it's not actually, we're not people pleasing. We're doing it so that we do it for ourselves.
Yes. People pleasing is because you need to make other people happy so that you be happy with yourself. It's just validating yourself through others. So true. Mandy, let's tell them about the necklace real quick because my spirit sign is the butterfly. And so Mandy, one of her things on her 50 plus list was tell them.
Design jewelry, like because I don't have any tattoos, even though my speaks where I can't. And then once I finished, so I wrote on my 50 list design jeweler. I go to an event because I'm putting myself out there, remain and get uncomfortable. Like I can't say it enough. Like I got many times extremely uncomfortable, that you just get better at it and actually gets to be kind of like a high. But the butterfly is in honor of Kathleen and Diamond Academy. There's a diamond inside, and the butterfly is Kathleen's side. That it's all on its way. We're on the right path, and I hold it and I rub it. But yes, we do. I did a girl, and I said, "Oh, what do you do?" And she said, "Oh, I'm a jewelry designer." And I was like, "Of course."
Of course you are. Yeah.
Oh, it keeps cutting. But anyway, so that's what happened. I met her, and I know you say this a lot, and I agree that a lot of people will say, I will believe it when I see it. And it's actually, we know that it's believe and then you will see it. So This program is all about believing in the magic, believing the magic of you. You can have anything that your heart desires. And yourself. It is absolutely possible.
Oh,
There, there's multiple tools. Like it's hard to just summarize it all down. But I mean, get a coach, get a mentor, 1000%. You can't do it alone.
yeah, I 100% agree with you. You keep cutting out, but I'm getting what you're putting down. Like it's an energy thing, even if she's.
Yes.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the link, Mandy, when you're done talking to me, please put the link in the chat for the necklace. I'll also put it on my Instagram stories. So Mandy, just tag me with a link for people to go and buy. So if you desire to go and grab that necklace and support Mandy, and Narelle is the company that she partnered with, please do so. I have my necklace. I almost wore it today, but I was wearing the silver jewelry today, so but I do have my beautiful butterfly necklace that I wear all the time too. So thank you, Mandy. You are so inspiring. And the ways in which you can inspire more, I just hope you continue to open up to those possibilities of how influential that you can be in the world and spread your light even more and more and more, because you are just, it's beautiful, been beautiful to watch, and you're such a beautiful member of our family. So thank you for coming on here and sharing. I know that this Mandy 2 years ago probably would have never done this. So thank you for showing up, and you're looking amazing, like so healthy, so vibrant, so light, so confident, so bright. It's beautiful. We've both had incredible glow ups this past like 2.5 years, Mandy. Like if you looked at us 2.5 years ago, we look so different, but it's the internal work that's showing up on the outside, truly. So thank you, Mandy. Love you so much. Appreciate you so much. I'm going to give you some updates about Diamond Academy. I want to see if Holly's on, if Holly wants to come up for a minute. Is Holly on? You are. Okay. Um, Holly, can we hear you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Whenever somebody reaches out to me and is like, I'm going to be on your event, and if you want me to help in any way or share in any way, I feel called. You let me know. So when I hear that, I'm like, I feel like God's talking through you and wants to say something. And so I'm always like, I will fit it in. So just a little background, Holly and I met years ago. She signed up for one of my courses. I don't even know, 2020 or 2021.
2021, yeah.
2021. Beginning. And what was so beautiful about Holly and I was she helped me to grow, because I had this viewpoint that what I look like mattered, and it mattered a lot to my value and my worth. So when Holly came to me, obviously stunningly gorgeous woman, we can all see it. When she came to me and wanted to learn from me, I was like, this woman wants to learn from me. And I had an awareness in that moment. I went, well, why wouldn't she, Kathleen? What do you think makes you less than that a beautiful woman would want to learn from you? So I grew in that moment when she reached out to me. But then we had a conversation about beauty and appearance from her perspective. And maybe you can briefly just share with them your perspective.
Of course. So it was really great because we helped each other grow. Back in 2021 and before that, I was an international model for 17 years. So looks actually became my currency. So when you talk about, the outside stuff, whether it be material or whether it be how you look, that's not important. I mean, it's important. Is inner work. And, that's what you taught me to do.
Yeah. And I remember when you said that you went from being a model to then being in real estate, and you went, oh, what I look like doesn't quite matter as much in real estate than it does in modeling. And so I love that so much, because we both got this beautiful opportunity together to really go into the heart of who we really are and what matters most. And that's our spirit, is our souls, is our hearts, is our desire for more. So I think that's wonderful. And then you and I have, over the years, have grown so much and achieved so much together. And you're back here on the event, which I love so much. But for anybody that's like listening, what would you say to them about your journey?
Yeah, well, I have a couple things to say. I mean, I've taken everything. I've literally taken every single course Kathleen has. I have been to Rise. I've been to live events. I've spoken at live events. I personally became friends with her. Pretty much done one-on-one through the mastermind. So I've literally done everything. But this past year, I went back and I realized it's because I haven't been in this community. If y'all look back, I mean, I'm getting a little emotional. This reflection was so eye-opening for me because I had to go back and see, and the common denominator was things I've had problems with before that you've helped me with, and it wasn't there. So I was thinking about three of the most important things to, sort of be successful or be happy or be your best selves. And three of those things are who you surround yourself with. And this community, not just Kathleen, is an incredible community to be there for you in every step of the way. So that's one. Another one is for someone to help you dream bigger, because you can be around people and eventually they'll sort of stunt your growth or stunt your vision. And that's another thing that you've done, is just help people dream bigger, and it feels so much better. The third thing is obviously self-study and self-improvement. And in my opinion, that never ends.
Yeah.
Right?
Never.
Sorry. So I feel so good just being back in this community. It's been such a great 2 days already. I've been kind of stuck in here. Muskoka got a lot of snow and I'm snowed in and there was no power. And I'm like, okay. I guess I really
set you up for this perfectly.
Yeah, so I really had to reflect, maybe even more than the human body wanted to.
Yeah.
But it's so nice to see some of the faces I love. Mandy and Kaylee's on here, and just your whole team. It's so nice to see you again. I did not know what I was going to say when I came on here, but I knew that I would.
Yeah.
I love the opportunity just to share. I'd love to share a really quick, amazing manifestation that happened.
Yes, I would love to hear.
So I went to Rise, and a lot of people know this story already because I talk about it in my podcast, and of course, some of your teams already knows me. But I went to Rise,
In the Bahamas.
in the Bahamas, in Harbor Island, and we stayed in these beautiful villas. Like, they were insane. Talk about improving your identity and raising your vibration. And one of the things in the workshop is Kathleen asked us all to stand up and say who the fuck you are. She didn't say that, but
Yeah.
I'm adding that. And I stood up and I said, I am an international luxury realtor. And I believed it. And people came up to me like, I thought that's what you were already. I was like, okay. So I started to walk around this incredible villa like I was the real estate agent. I'm in real estate, by the way, for people that don't know. And I was videotaping myself like, this is my listing. 2 hours later, I found out that the owner of the home wanted to sell. And 6 months later, I got the listing, went back to the Bahamas and videotaped a podcast, a TV show, and got the listing. Now, it's a long story on how I got it, but the main common factor is that I decided that I was going to get it, and there was nobody that could stop me or my thoughts.
It's so beautiful because that's the power behind this work. It's an idea in the mind. You declared it. You stood up there. Like, at that moment, you hadn't had an international listing like that. So when you stood up and said, I'm an international luxury real estate agent, declaring that identity led to the subsequent bridge of incidents unfolding to you getting that beautiful listing. I remember watching you back there and I'm like, she did it. Like, yes, and we can do this with anything. So whatever it is you want, we can absolutely do it. So for anybody that's hasn't been in the community yet, or they've left and they're thinking about coming back in, what would you tell them?
Get back in. I mean, straight answer. I guess it's just those three things I said. Like,
Yeah,
it's
beautiful.
like you deserve to be in this community.
Yeah.
Don't sell yourself short.
Be worthy.
Like,
Know you're worthy. Know you're worthy. And Holly, I
yeah.
think the beautiful thing about you that has contributed to your growth so much is that you are willing to go within and to ask the tough questions. There are many, many times along your growth journey, all of you that are on here that are listening, where the old worries, the old fears, the old doubts are going to come back and they're going to try to take you. But one of the things that I've always noticed with you, Holly, is that you've always anchored yourself in that future state, and you always go back to no, it doesn't have to be like that. And so here you are again, anchoring yourself back into who you really are, right? And with you in my life, I have learned to love people unconditionally and to be there for people unconditionally no matter what, and to give people compassion, love, and grace. And you know, my relationship with you has probably been my greatest growth in a mentorship capacity with someone. It's been with you. So I just want to say thank you. And I'm so glad that you're back. And I appreciate you so much. And I love you so much. You know that. Always.
Thank you. I love
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Holly. Okay, are we clapping? It always goes back to me being really, really big. Okay, let's talk about some really, really exciting things that we have coming up in Diamond Academy right now for 2025. I'm super, super excited to chat about this. The first thing that I will say, if you are somebody that has been on the fence about our Millionaire program and you have not signed up for it, this is quite literally the only time and the last time to join the Millionaire program at the current pricing. It is going up January 1st. So I have not done a price increase on the Millionaire program in probably 2 years, but it is time. It is such a big, profound program. It is an entire community, an entire course. It is my life teachings, and it is absolutely life-changing, the Millionaire program. And I have been undervaluing it for probably about a year, I would say. And now is the time for us to raise the price. So Millionaire right now is 10,000 on a pay in full and 12,000 on a payment plan. And it's going to be 12 and 14 in the new year. So 12,000 pay in full and 14,000 on a payment plan. So it's going to be going up $2,000 starting in January. So if you are someone that is considering taking it, you have not done it yet, this is your absolute sign that December of 2024 is the month that you're going to sign up for it and make the decision and do it. You will thank me later for being this stern with you. If you are currently in our community and your 6 months is expiring, renew now, because the price to extend your community time is going to go up in January as well. So even if you're like 4 months in and you're thinking about extending, I want you to chat with the team, please, about extending. I'm going to announce one more scholarship at the end today, and then the next scholarships will be given out in January. So our next January event. So we have one more that I'm going to award at the end of the day today, and then 2 more in January. So I'm going to do these every month. We're going to do 2 scholarships now every single month. It feels so good. It feels so beautiful. And if you don't have our newsletter, we actually do a little bio on every person that gets awarded a scholarship in our newsletter. And we do a little bio on the team members, other community members in the newsletter. So make sure that you subscribe to that if you haven't subscribed to that. So Millionaire, price is going up January 1st. This is the month for you to make the decision. I also wanted to make the decision a little bit easier for you and to also add a little something to the Millionaire program too. So in January, I will be teaching my course called The Rise. So I have a retreat called Rise Retreat. That's, I've done Mexico, I've done Bahamas, I've done Anguilla. So the next Rise Retreat is in November of 2025 in Costa Rica. November 2025 in Costa Rica. So what I would say is, if you desire to go to that, speak to a member of the team. We had our first VIP Rise Retreat ticket sold. We're not officially launching it till January, but somebody did we have the capacity to sell it now. And then we also have several people that have put money down to be on the wait list. So they're going to all start coming off. So if you do want to come to the Rise retreat in November, speak to the team. But I'm talking about the Rise course. So what I decided to do is to take the work that I do at the retreat and to turn it into a course, an 8-week program. It's totally different to do it in person at the retreat, and you do it with me specifically in person, so it's a very different experience. But I wanted to make it available for everyone. So the Rise course and program starts in January, and it is an 8-week program about creating a rise in consciousness. I would suggest that everyone in the entire world do this process once a year. Like, that's how much I believe in this. Like, if the entire world did this process for 8 weeks at the beginning of the year, we would solve a lot of human problems. We would change the world. Like, everybody would be showing up as their elevated self, their empowered self, full of love and kindness and generosity, and the world would be a better place. So I truly believe that everybody should take this course, The Rise. So if you sign up for Millionaire, when you sign up for Millionaire this month, you will get The Rise included as well. Now you'll get The Rise replay because I want you to be taking Millionaire. So you can take the Rise once you've completed Millionaire. I don't want you getting confused and taken two at one time. But you will get it to be able to take it. The other pieces, and this is brand spanking new. We have never done this before. I'm super, super, super excited. And I know there's lots of people that are going to be excited about this. I've created a bundle. I'm calling it the Ascension Bundle. I don't know if that's what we're calling it, but that's what I'm calling it. The Ascension Bundle. And we have created a beautiful bundle of all of my shorter courses. So the Rise, Wealth from Within, which is my money course, By Law, which is my laws course. Okay, so By Law is 12 weeks, universal laws, so good. And my Spiritual Leader course, my leadership course. So all of those are all available as a bundle. So I think the value of all of those together is like 15,000. And now it's, I can't remember the price we decided upon. 7,777. I think that's what Deborah's hands said to me. Oh my gosh. Yeah, 7,777. So it's $7,777 instead of the 15 that it is. If you want to chat with the team about what option is best for you, then please speak to them. Fill out the form, connect with them, get on a call. The really cool thing about this then is if you have the capacity to do Millionaire, so Millionaire is 10,000 pay in full, 12,000 on a payment plan. If you have the capacity to do Millionaire, I want you to do that. That is my signature course. It's my hero offer. It's absolutely life-changing. If you're at a place where you don't quite have the capacity for that, then go with this bundle, the Ascension Bundle. It's still going to be 32 weeks, 4 courses where you'll be in my energy and you'll learn for that full amount of time. So yes, please make sure that you do that one. Brigitte loves the Millionaire course. Brigitte is transforming. Like, holy, it has been fun to watch. It has been fun to watch. Okay. How do we qualify for scholarship? Okay, I answered that already. Are these prices US? Everything I do is in USD, unless it's in-person event in Canada, and those are Canadian dollars. But everything else I do is in USD, US dollars. We just wanted to use a currency that is exchangeable amongst most of the countries. I just signed up in the last month while I receive laws and spiritual leaders. So Lucy, I believe if you signed up in the last month, you got last month's Black Friday bundle. Is that right, Deborah? Yeah, so yours is better, don't worry. You got some good stuff. Okay, let me just see what else. And then there's one other thing. So for those of you that, and I'll answer questions right after this. Will you get an email with these offers? Yes, I think we put the link to the offers in your email. So don't worry about that. You'll get all of this and my team can give it to you too. There is a landing page that has the offers on it. Okay, so maybe we can post that into the chat box as well. You can also send me a DM or email, info@diamondacademy.ca. Okay, so the third thing that I have created, and this has come Absolutely, through source. It's come through God. I have manifested now a beautiful, beautiful course for advanced manifestors. Okay, so this has been one of the things that many, many people have wanted from me, and it just wasn't coming through for me, but it's come through now. So I've created a program called Advanced Manifestation Practice. And this is for people who have already taken Millionaire, they've already taken Modern Mentor, they have a higher level of awareness and understanding and aren't beginner manifestors. So this is Advanced Manifestation Practice. This is going to get deep. Okay, we are going to go into the depths of manifestation. We are going to go deep into spirituality, but we are also going to go deep into understanding the mind and the science behind the mind. I have 2 guest lecturers coming to teach in advanced manifestation practice. One, I can't say just yet because I don't have a full commitment. The other one, I have a full commitment. The other one is a neurologist, one of the best neurologists in the world. He studies the mind-brain connection and he works with patients directly. So he's done neurosurgery. So neurology is the brain. So he's done neurosurgery, and he also is an internal medicine neurologist as well. Mount Sinai Hospital in Miami, which is the hospital that I had my life-changing surgery at. And he was actually part of the reason why I got in so quickly and so powerfully. So I do have a neurologist coming, and he's going to teach a few lessons about the mind-brain connection, reprogramming the subconscious mind through his perspective, okay, from a neurologist perspective. So we're really going to understand the science. And then we are also going to talk about identity as well as beliefs. So really, really beautiful. I'm also going to have him on my podcast, so stay tuned. I'll have him on the podcast. And then the other person that I'm in conversation with right now is a very, very spiritual person. So this person will help us connect in to our divine essence even more so. And then the other person is going to take us into that scientific and medical way of looking at manifestation. So it's going to be brilliant. And then I'm going to teach the rest of the lessons. I'm going to go really, really deep in this advanced manifestation practice around what it means to think fourth dimensionally, to not live in the observation of your senses, what it means to guide and direct source energy through your thoughts and feelings. And I'm going to share my own personal accounts and stories of how I do these things. So who is this for? Everybody's going to ask me that. If you've taken Millionaire, if you've taken Modern Mentor, if you've been in my inner circle, if you've taken a mastermind with me, if you've learned something already and you are not a beginner in this material, highly, highly suggest advanced manifestation practice. We are going to start January 22nd. If this sounds like you've been looking for something to take you to that next level, to hop up into a higher level of awareness and join me up on the higher frequency, this program will be a phenomenal program for you. So it starts January 22nd, and it is at a price point, an investment in between Millionaire and my inner circle. So my inner circle, I believe, is 55,000. Is that right, Katie? Yes, my inner circle is 55,000. Millionaire is 10. And so this advanced manifestation practice is 25,000. So right in the middle. I've created a beautiful option for those of you that maybe aren't quite yet at the investment capacity for inner circle, but you want to take advanced manifestation practice. If you do sign up for my inner circle right now, if you renew in my inner circle or you join my inner circle, you will get advanced manifestation practice included. It's a $25,000 offer included in the inner circle. So this is really, really big. How long's the program? 12 weeks. Advanced manifestation practice is 12 weeks. Yeah. It's going to be taught live the first round. Please send me info on Toronto. Toronto won't be, we're not going to do a live event in Toronto until June, but it will be around the end of June in Toronto. It's going to be 2 days this time. Manifest Toronto is not 1 day, it's 2 days. Yeah, it's so good. So good. So we're just putting it all together. And also at Manifest Toronto, we are going to celebrate my 5-year birthday because Diamond Academy turns 5 July 1st. Can you believe it? 5. That's it. She's still like a toddler. Or what do you call that? Not a toddler, but like not even, I don't even know. 5, that's it. She's like in kindergarten. She's just in kindergarten. My baby. Diamond Academy. Anyway, it'll be in June. Yeah, we won't be selling tickets until the new year. Okay. I'm going to answer some questions about some of these offerings now. Okay, let me just see. Okay, 777 is the Ascension bundle in a pay in full option. You also, when you pay in full, you get a reduced price, but you also get a guided visualization bundle. So all of my guided visualizations, you'll get them together as well. Yeah. Millionaire is a 6-month program. Modern Mentor is also 6 months. Modern Mentor specifically for coaches and consultants. Anybody that's running a coaching business. Okay, let me see. You got that, Katie. Thank you. She answered that question. Baby Kathleen, she's a kindergartner. Right? Isn't that powerful? Okay, let me just see. Any other questions about any of the courses, the programs, anything you want to know? Did any questions come through on the YouTube channel, team? You can let me know too. Okay, let me see. I think I got it. Are there any guarantees? The guarantee that I would say would be the guarantee that you're going to give yourself. Okay, so when I signed up for my very first personal growth and development course, I remember Chris asked me, okay, Chris was my husband at the time. Now he's my business partner, the father of my children. Chris said to me, like, can we guarantee that this course is going to work for you? And I went, okay, let me look. Let me see if there's any guarantees. I'm going to go look. I'm going to see if there's a money back guarantee, right? And I went and I looked at this and I went, this actually doesn't make any sense, because the only guarantee that I actually need is in myself. You understand what creation is? You understand what this work actually is, like the power of this? The guarantee is you deciding that you're going to take the course and that it's going to change your life. And it's not the course that changes your life. The course without somebody doing the work does nothing. It sits in a back office and it goes nowhere and it does nothing. A course just given to you does nothing. It's you and the course together that do something. It's the merging of the two things. So I go into everything and I, without a shadow of a doubt, every single time I say, this is going to be successful because I decide it is. So, and then I make a guarantee with myself. So I remember Chris said, well, Kathleen, can you at least promise me that you're going to do the work? And I was like, yes, I'm promising myself I'm going to do the work. I don't need to promise to you. I'm going to promise to me that I'm going to do the work. And as long as you do this work and you show up, you will be changed. You will absolutely be changed. And when I mean do the work, I don't just mean come on the calls. I mean answer the questions. I mean then sit and go, well, how can I think differently today? How can I regulate my thinking? How can I feel differently as an individual? How can I show up in this world differently? So we're not just listening for information. We're transforming. We're going to transform together. And the ways in which people transform in this program, yes, financial, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, people make more money in my courses and my programs. Their businesses grow and thrive. Their marriages get better, or they manifest an amicable split. People's health improves. Chronic diseases and illnesses, symptoms will go into remission or completely go away. Things like depression and anxiety, gone. Autoimmune diseases, gone. These are people doing this for themselves, regulating their own minds. I'm not curing nobody. They're healing themselves through the guidance and the direction of this course or program and through the power of community and love, right? So these are all the things that we see. We have people manifesting love, new relationships, new businesses. We have people who are releasing weight and getting healthier. Yes, absolutely. I don't personally believe in trying to shrink my body size. I believe in the longevity of my vessel. That's it. So that's where the growth comes from for me. So whatever outcome you wish to experience in your life, we can help you do that. If you're already an achiever and you want to achieve more by doing less, you come to the right place. Anyways, so what I always do on the first day that we open up enrollment, so Advanced Manifestation Practice, which I'm calling AMP, is officially open for enrollment. So you can start signing up for it. It starts January 22nd. Millionaire is officially open for enrollment today. And our new Ascension bundle, for the first time, all of these courses are available together. So anybody that makes the decision to join us in today only, you will join a mastermind call with me where I'm going to help you to solidify your goal. So I'm going to teach you how to create a goal, why to use a goal card, how to have the right thing on it, and make sure that you embody it. So that's for anybody that signs up today. I know we had some yesterday, sign up yesterday. We have our eager beavers, which I love, people after my own heart. We had people sign up yesterday. They will also be included on the call. So don't worry. Yes, you were just like even ahead of the people today, which is really great. So anybody that decides to make the decision today, you will come on to that mastermind call with me where I will teach you about your goals and all that kind of stuff. Can I give you till Monday? You can sign up on Monday. You can absolutely sign up on Monday. You just won't get this call, but you're still going to get the transformation and the growth and the course and all the beautiful things. So don't worry, Maria. If you're signing up on Monday, no problem. But this offers for those that sign up today. Is there a way that you could do it today? Perhaps it's outside of what the mind conceives at this moment. Just go, I would love to do it today. Universe, show me the way. Show me the way. Okay. Who would love to take a program? Who would love to take one of these with me? Put it in the chat if you would love to do that. If you're on YouTube, you can put it in there too. I would love to. Remember, everything starts with an ask and a desire. I would love to. Even put which one you would love to take. If any and all things are possible, which one would you love? I'm coming to Rise. Ooh, I can't wait to hug you then, if you're coming to Rise. Yes, 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 yes. So after you've made this decision, and you've said that you would love to do it, which is pretty much everybody, I don't know why you wouldn't want to. If you're thinking you would want to, but you're not putting it in the chat, just ask yourself why. It's just notice what you're noticing. It's what I always say, observe. And then the next step would be, is it possible for me to do it now? And if it were possible, which one would I do? And you just go with that energy. I would love to do this one. I would love to do that one. So now we're getting closer. We're making more decisions. And then we go into, okay, so is it possible for me to do it today? And how could it be possible? So I always go to the possibility of a thing and allow myself to be open to receive that thing. And then if it is possible and you would love to do it, if you aren't making the decision to do it, then just ask yourself, why not? What's holding me back? What's holding me back? And what you will often realize is what's holding you back might be fear. So it could be fear that you're not going to do it, that you're not going to follow through, that you don't have time, that people might judge you, that someone like your spouse or your partner might not agree or might not like it. So just notice what you're noticing. And then the other piece might be financial reasons. So one thing that I think about every time I make a financial investment, and I don't think there's a difference between spending money and investing. I think all spending is investing. So even a Chanel bag to me is an investment. So even when I'm going to buy that Chanel bag, no matter what the investment is, I always ask, do I think that this investment is going to come back to me? So do I think that this investment is going to come back? If I believe it's going to come back, I will make it. Then I go, is it possible that this is going to double? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to make it. Triple, I'm going to make it. Quadruple, I'm absolutely going to make it. 10 times, done. I'm doing it. And not just come back right away within a month. Come back within a year, 2 years, over the lifetime. So this is where we always let ourselves make a choice and make a decision to do something from the belief that it always is going to come back. So how is a Chanel bag going to come back to me? What do I mean by that? How is a Chanel bag an investment? Okay, well, for one thing, Chanel bags, they're one of the best bags that grow in value. Chanel and Hermes bags, they grow in value. So the cost of the bag itself, it increases in value for sure. But the other piece is when I buy a Chanel bag, it makes me feel a certain type of way. I attach to and feel a certain frequency of vibration. I am purchasing and I am feeling abundant and prosperous and I feel worthy. And so my vibration alone, does my vibration make me more money? Yes, it does. All of you. Every single one of you. Your vibration matters most. It's the feeling that you are in. Then when I wear the bag, how do I feel every time I wear the bag? And when I see the bag and blah, blah, blah. So yes, is the $10,000 Chanel bag gonna come back to me? 10 times. Yes. So I do it. So is $10,000 into a course going to pay you back? over your lifetime. And you're also going to get back not just financial currency, but spiritual currency. Do you know what spiritual currency is? The most powerful currency that exists anywhere. That's actually what you want. You want spiritual currency more than you want financial currency. Spiritual currency is remembering who and what you are. Spiritual currency is feeling God in you every single day. Spiritual currency is being love and showing other people love and making a difference in the world. Spiritual currency is service. It's helping people. It's caring. It's loving. Spiritual currency is fulfillment, love, self-love. Anyways, spiritual currency is what we're here for. But yes, I'm going to help you make more money too. That's my goal. I want you all to experience wholeness. I have a really great song to end the day with, so don't you go anywhere until we do this. Oh, and the scholarship too, I'm going to do in a second. We had one other question about Modern Mentor. Modern Mentor is a personal growth and development program that is specifically for coaches, mentors, and leaders in the digital space. I have several incredible skills. Manifestation is one of them. But I am also a very, very successful business owner who knows how to sell digital courses and programs on social media. It is what I do. And so I teach that in Modern Mentor. So that program, brilliant, 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 brilliant. Yes, Modern Mentors for coaches. Yep. Okay. Any last minute questions? I wanted to say congratulations to Sean for the scholarship yesterday. We had somebody sign up for Rise. We had another millionaire, somebody sign up for Millionaire yesterday. So we have, our family is so growing, and there is not a moment more valuable than the one right now. I want to say the next scholarship winner though, and I hope that she is on. The next scholarship winner is Sheelin Segler. Did I say that right? Sheelin Segler, I did? Oh, good, 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 good. What a beautiful name, Sheelin. I love that. I love that so much. Oh, somebody else just bought a Rise Retreat ticket. Deborah, what's the name of the person that just did that? Want to tell me? Put it in the chat. Yeah, I'll watch for the chat. Yay, and congratulations, Sheelin. I'm so proud of you. I know you've been following me for really, really long time. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just excited.
I'm so happy for you. We'll see you on the call because we're going to do day 3 of
I'm super excited.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, my heart. I'm so happy for you. Now she's going to make me cry.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, my absolute pleasure. Beautiful. Thank you for all your love and support and for growing with us, growing alongside us. You're amazing. You're amazing. Okay.
How are you?
Oh, my heart. So beautiful. Okay, and then Louise, is it Louise Tilley that's coming to Rise? Oh my gosh, we're gonna sell out Rise. Like, it's gonna be sold before I even decide to sell it in January. Just watch. I'm excited. Costa Rica. Okay, I have one last minute song that I want us to do. And I want to explain a little bit about why I'm choosing this song. Okay, so, and it's so interesting how the universe aligns. And I want to use this as an example of synergies, and of the power of following intuitive nudges. Sunny Lamba, I would love to hug you at Rise. Like, Sunny Lamba was one of the first students in my Thinking into Results course and program in 2020. 5 years ago, like 4.5 years ago, you took that with me. I would love to hug you at Rise. Yes, please. Send her the link. Rise is my retreat in Costa Rica in the fall, in November, next November. I would love that. And yes, we do have a third-party lender that we can connect you to as well for funding. So we have all kinds of options for you guys. Please do not leave this Zoom thinking that you can't work with us, feeling like you want to, but you can't. There's always a way, and we will help you to find the way, okay? We are here to support you and guide you. Make the decision that you're doing. So this song, though, that I'm gonna do. So I had a different song chosen for today, and then when I'm listening to the intro video, I said something in the intro video that tomorrow starts tonight. And that's actually from a song. And at that time, when I recorded that video, that was when I told my story of my surgery and coming back from it. And I played the song from The Greatest Showman, From Now On. And he says, tomorrow starts tonight. And the power of that statement, and did you hear Mandy say it to me today? She didn't know I was playing that song. Nobody else has said that. And when I'm talking to Mandy, she says it. And I went, oh yeah, see? I was meant to notice that sentence. I was meant to think of the other song and change it to this song. And then Mandy said it to solidify in me that this is the right song we are supposed to hear. So this song is what we are all supposed to listen to, because the message is what we are all supposed to hear. And I'm listening, okay? And I know that this message is for me too. So anything that I'm putting off, I'm delaying, anything that I desire for tomorrow, the decision needs to be made tonight. It needs to be done tonight. So your homework for today is to do your vision board. Please share it, tag me. I would love to see your vision board. And if you want, put your word of the year for 2025 on your vision board. If you know what your word is for 2025, put it on your vision board so I can see, please. I always have a word for the year. My word for 2025 has not. Nope, it just came through. Leap. L-E-A-P. See how it just came through? My word is leap for 2025. We leaping, baby. Yeah, we leaping. So we're gonna listen to the song, but please do your homework. Canva template. I would also love for you to tag me, put your word of the year on there. And then anybody in my courses, we are going to do day 3 this coming week of reflection. And if you aren't in one of my courses and you want to be, and you want to do day 3, get in there and we'll get you on the calls. If you are signing up for a course in a program, please let me know in the comment which one you are signing up for. Solidify it, declare it, let us know, just like Holly, luxury international real estate agent, she manifested it. So let me know in the comments which course you are signing up for. I am so grateful for every single one of you, for all of the time, the energy, the love that you give me. Okay. I truly do not take a moment of it for granted. And the fact that you trust in what I have to say, you trust in the experience that I've had in my life, and that you're letting it be a truth of what's possible for you, I'm really honored and I'm really grateful. So thank you, everyone. If you didn't get your question answered, we will reach out to you to try to get that answered to you. And thank you all for such a beautiful, beautiful blessing. Did I miss anything, team? I don't think so.